For all you old school gamers out there, let me enlighten you to a little fact. It's been 15 years since Black Ops 1, and Call of Duty has not improved as a franchise. Despite getting us moments such as these,
Fucking game is fucking.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun, you
fucking
pussy.
riot shield. What else am I fucking
Oh, riot shield! I'm a pussy that use riot shield!
Okay. Oh! Oh my god! Oh! Oh my fucking god! Oh!
there are also many great moments like going into theater mode and downloading someone's saved recording just to, get it injected into your game and give you mods essentially. There are also wager matches and COD points.
Still on the first
Not to mention those across the map tomahawks. However, the main subject of this isn't multiplayer, it's zombies. You could say Call of Duty fucking sucks in general, but I want to talk about the zombies. I was old enough to play World at War whenever, well, basically whenever it came out. I remember playing the original Nocturne Toten, the original Kino. This was a different time, when round-based zombies was, still the thing. It was before origins and staffs and operators. Back when, the crew actually mattered. Well, apart from Nocturne Toten, they didn't even have lines then. But you can excuse that away as them trying out zombies and not knowing whether or not they would stick. After all, it was more of, well, just a side project that nobody really knew about until it was too late. And then it had unexpected success. Let me clue you in on something. If round-based zombies wasn't such a big deal for the community today, they wouldn't have generated this huge hype around it in Black Ops 6. Okay, they wouldn't. They would just sneak it in. Okay, they wouldn't really mention it. They would like if it's on the back burner or some shit. You know what I mean? But they mention it and they said, "Oh, it's this huge. Come play our game." You know. Their biggest fucking mistake was letting Jason Blundell ruin it with all the Easter eggs. Okay, I get it. Okay, figuring out the moon Easter egg. Playing Origins. I get it, man. Buried. Fucking A. Great. Mob of the Dead. Awesome. But it was okay, Black Ops 2, it was really starting to get out of control with that shit, okay? You notice, there's more of a trend. I don't know, okay? Somewhere along the way we went from throwing monkey bombs into furnaces for a cool little soundbite to turning around in fucking 360s for 45 minutes to unlock the next part of the map. They wonder why nobody wants to play their fucking garbage. More and more rampant commercialism. Fucking battle passes and shit. Like, come on, man. I'll tell you what. Whenever World War II released, that was how long ago was that anyway? Like 7, 8, 9 years, something like that. Right after 2016, right? Infinite Warfare and all that. And they were onto something with Infinite Warfare 2. That wasn't a bad idea. But when they hired the Dead Space devs to give it that horror feel, they were onto the right track. If it had a little bit more popularity, then they probably would have been like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna stick to this. Like, we're gonna keep doing this. But I don't think it generated enough buzz for them to be like, yeah, this is great. Anyway, that was the closest I'd say we've been, apart from them bringing back round-based zombies now. But I mean, there's plenty of warning signs back in the day, like in Black Ops 2, whenever they gave you that I don't know what you'd call it, accelerated start feature. You got to start at round 5 or 10 or 20. Come on, man. I get it, but come on. I'm not saying new is bad here. Well, I kind of am, but I'm also not. All I'm gonna say is this. There's a reason kids move from Call of Duty to any other game out there, really. Call of Duty is the gateway drug for any new gamer. It doesn't help it's trying to be like Fortnite. Fortnite's outclassing it, dude. You can do so much shit in Fortnite now. Call of Duty's they're trying their best. They know they're losing people to Fortnite. Let me give you another personal example. Whenever I'm in VR, I like to find some maps to play. And guess what? The maps that are requested and therefore made by these VR developers are not newer maps. Okay, they might grab the Black Ops 3 Kino version You know, it might have higher like, you know, it might look better and all that, but they're still grabbing the classic maps. Why do you think that is? Do you have any idea why they might grab the fan favorite, you know, the actual fucking maps, right? I wonder why that is. You know, they had Kino 5, Call of the Dead.
Oh my God, George! Wow! Did you hear that? George is so fucking loud.
The water looks a bit different.
They did have a moon prototype that I tried out, and I got pretty far, but it was obviously broken. Okay, I don't think you can really pull off that Easter egg in VR yet. I think they kind of gave up on it, to be honest with you. I mean, they had fucking Shino Numa, basically all of the Resurrection map pack, I would say, minus 1 or 2 maps maybe. But here's the thing: there wasn't really anything from Black Ops 2 or 3. I think there was maybe town or farm. I don't think they managed the entire TranZit map, but and TranZit wasn't even popular when it released, you know. So then that's a given, right? But the classic maps, like I said. Now I know that VR is still a very niche thing. Like it's very very specific. Nobody really even plays VR. It's still its own little circle, right? But I'm just giving you an example. This was back when barriers were still a thing. You know, you'd fuck around with barriers and end up on the main table in 5 and wait there for fucking like literal ages. They had to patch it out.
Here?
Not enough money? Time to re-examine the budget.
I'm
like
actually...
locusts.
In a crisis, be aware of danger.
And that wasn't the only area you could do that too. You could do that down in the next floor down too, which was even better. There were actually many different spots on that map you could do that. I'm not sure if 5 was the only map you could do the barrier glitch, but it was a thing, man, for a while. It was fucking epic, let me tell you. But obviously, you've gotten a bit off track. I guess we can't expect the best decisions from this, well, from Activision in general, you know, considering they can't even budget enough money to finish cutscenes for, you know, I don't know, one of their main fucking attractions, but hey, what do I know, man? Anyway, I was hanging on to the story until about Black Ops 3, and then I kind of gave up on it. After Black Ops 3, I really thought that was, I threw in the towel, man. That was it, man. You have fucking, like, Primus, you have, you know, you have 2 different versions. Like, why are we fucking around with timelines? Well, what is this, Marvel? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? When did this go from German experiments to fucking, like, we have multiple Richtoffens, Dempsey, like, what is going on? I will say, though, they appear to be, cooking with, Liberty Falls, but that's just what I'm hearing. Do I remotely give a fuck about it? No, I don't. If they don't see the error of their ways and make a pretty big comeback at this point, that's not it for me, man. I haven't bought Call of Duty for years. Of course, this is before GobbleGum, and you know, you had the original perks. I mean, they slid in a few in Black Ops 1. I mean, like Mule Kick, for example, that never really, there was also Deadshot that query too. I believe one of those two, if not both of them, didn't really hit it off very well, but I know for sure Mule Kick bit the dust. It's a shame, because that one was really fucking fun on Moon. And, what was that other map? Ascension. But Ascension got a good bit of backlash because of the monkeys destroying the perk machines. But hey, just get good at the game. Everybody would run to a perk machine and guard it, and if you couldn't guard it, then it was your fault. Also, turning on the power and getting hit by the spawn, like the thing in the spawn room that calculates G forces and shit. Like you put your astronauts in there and they sit, like it's supposed to simulate like real pressure and shit. Getting down by that thing multiple times and dying because nobody could make it to you, that was epic, dude. I love that shit. But sadly, though, we had to lose a ton of great features, you know. Nobody wanted to buy COD points or, you know, play wager matches, you know, one of the most fun fucking things in the game. So, it had to go bye-bye, apparently. If I'm getting a couple of things wrong and Call of Duty still has gun game, you know, hey, feel free to fucking correct me, man. But I mean, Jesus Christ. I actually, I think they do have prop hunt, or they did, and that's cool. That's really fun. Shit like that, that's cool. If it's always gonna be like sweaty fucking like you know 6v6 fucking like 12v12, you know, like just stressful shit the entire time. There's got to be a way to blow off steam, right? And guess what? If you go from a terrible multiplayer match and you go into zombies, that's what we used to do. You'd play multiplayer for so long, then you'd go to zombies, and who wants to solve a fucking Easter egg and look up videos and watch and check out guides to figure out how to get to the fucking mystery box or turn on the power? You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. You want to de-stress, not make it worse. The original ideas were better, having to find radios, shoot barrels on fucking knocked, you know, just run around the map looking for the odd tiny things. Nothing that really impeded your progress. The only thing that really stopped you was the power. And yeah, for example, Varrock, you know, you could half of the map was fucking like inaccessible unless you turned on the power. Of course, that's really more of an outlier, and Varrock itself was really creepy too. I guess the most I can say about it is that it was a different time, a better time, a different time. Back when people didn't just sit on Discord, back when, you know, they actually participated in game chat. It was some pretty crazy shit, dude. People would be throwing out slurs left and right, and, you know, you had to get used to it, or you didn't play the fucking game. To my knowledge, reports didn't do a fucking thing, so it was useless. It was a dog-eat-dog world, and after a few days, you learned how to trash talk back, and that helps you in society in general, you know? Going through middle and high school, you hear some funky words online, and you're like, hey, you know what? This bully said something to me. I'm gonna rock his shit. Of course, then you get a bunch of offensive, edgy losers, but that's always gonna happen anyway. Man, it's really hard to stay on topic when I'm reminiscing like this. And for a company that gets paid very well, you know, they make millions of sales every year, you know, fucking so much money. They can't keep their voice actors, you know. Woods' voice actor, James C. Burns, he's snubbed the series, man. He's done with it. He's had countless opportunities to get in there, and nothing's happened. So, you know, well, I won't say nothing, but I mean, they could have used, like, he clearly wants to be there and reprise his role, but that's just, it's not fucking happening. Mason's a bit more of a complicated story. I think they at least brought Weaver back. Hudson was also a different story, but if you can't if you can't keep the big names, or if they end up being big, like, what the fuck is the point of having them? You know what I mean? It does seem like they've kept their musical, you know, Kevin Sherwood, the guitar guy, he used to make the riffs for Ranking Up and Prestiging and all that, the zombie songs. Great musician, man. Anyway, it seems like they managed to keep him, so that's good, right? Silver lining and all that. There's just so much shit I could talk about. So much fucking features. So many awesome things that have gone out the window because of greed and incompetence. It's sickening. I get it. Times change, people change, teams change, developers leave, other ones are hired. You know, we're moving on, right? But it doesn't have to suck so fucking bad. Of course, it could just be me, you know. Maybe I'm just growing up. I'm getting older. You know, these types of games aren't for me. But I still play first-person shooters all the time, man. So, like, what is it? Is it me? Is it the industry? Is it Activision? Is it Call of Duty? What's wrong? You know? I knew when I was recording this, I'd go off. I'd fucking deviate, and because it's a passionate thing, okay? There's no way not to get heated about it. You see so much shit go wrong, and that's it, you know? That's it. I mean, look at it, honestly. Where do you think they can go from here? Do you think there's gonna be a redemption arc? I don't fucking think so. Snowflake's chance in hell, man. Sure, they might keep getting new users every year, you know, new round of teenagers and kids and whatnot, you know, young adults, but they're gonna keep doing more and more stupid. It's just stupid shit because they have Fortnite as their like big game. You know, back when Battle Royale was a huge thing. All the PUBG, Apex, all those like everybody was trying to outdo each other. They got their own little fucking gaming arms race. But really, to the casual, they pick one and they say all the other ones suck. It's true even in my instance. But from an outsider's perspective, it's sad and pathetic, man. But I guess you could just say that about marketing in general. Come play our game. We have so many exciting things. Or no, we have. This is what we have that they don't. Blah 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 blah. I'll tell you this. I'm not a very well-off person. Okay. And I had to scrounge together my I don't like to buy games that often. So when I do, I want to make sure it's a memorable, like it'll be a good purchase, right? And you don't even have to, like, even if you do have money or you're wealthy or well off, whatever, you should do that anyway. It's a good practice. But for me being, in my situation, I was buying DLC from Call of Duty, okay? I was buying, playing, and enjoying this shit. I was having fun. It was worth the purchase, Can you say the same now? I mean, really, truthfully, honestly. I do get it though, man. You're gonna go down to the comment section. You're gonna say, oh, well, you're just saying new is bad. You're jaded. You're stuck in the past. You're just suck it up, live with it, right? Hey, fuck it. I can't say nothing else but that I tried.